Welcome to another episode of the Veterans Claim Servants podcast. Men, women, thank you for your service to our country. If you served and you're tuning in to this episode of the Veterans Claim Servants podcast, and if you are a veteran, military member, keep on fighting. I cannot encourage you enough. Today, in this episode, we're going to be talking about why was my VA claim denied. It is frustrating. It's aggravating. I get it. But we will be going over a few reasons why, top 5 reasons your claim may have been denied. So again, thank you for tuning in. If you can, like, subscribe, comment, share this channel out. We just want to make sure that we help you to get the education, the resources, and the information that you need so that you, the veteran, can be in the best position to win your claim and get the benefits that you have earned and deserve. And again, thank you for your service to our country. And let's get right into it, okay? So nothing is more frustrating than receiving a denied claim when you know that you deserve compensation. You're saying, dang it, my back, I know that I hurt my back, right? I know that I had this condition. I know that I twisted my ankle. I know it, and dang it, how am I going to prove this? Why did I get denied? I don't understand it. So maybe even worse than missing out on, I don't know, maybe some of the benefits, it can feel like you're being called a liar. How many of you listening to this have felt like, dude, do they think I'm lying? Or, like, why? Why am I walking into this compensation and pension exam afraid to talk about what I have going on? Veteran, you should not feel that way, okay? Right? And I want to be clear. A lie is, stolen valor. A lie is, hey, this happened to me and it absolutely never happened. Or I deployed and I never deployed. That's a lie. Do not lie, okay? Do not lie at all. However, don't minimize. And we'll get that into, we'll get into that in a different video, but there's a difference between lying and minimizing. If my back hurts me, right? If I say that my back is good, but out of a 30-day period, my back, I can't get up out of bed sometimes, and my back is firing on all cylinders, and it's a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, then, I need to make sure that I articulate that, because remember, the rater does not know you. The compensation and pension examiner does not know you. And remember that you are your best advocate, so you do not want to sell yourself short. So many people, myself included, have been in your shoes. Many veterans have. And that's why that's why this channel is up, because I want to make sure that you know that you're appreciated and that you are not alone. And, why are there so many denied VA claims in the first place? It could be from insufficient evidence. Did you have the beginning puzzle piece, the in-service treatment, stress or diagnosis, the active duty medical evidence? Was there a mistake by the VA? Remember, there's high turnover. People are coming and going, and there are mistakes that do happen. So the reasons for denial can, they can vary. So I'm going to cover 5 reasons that, 5 very highly probable reasons that your claim was denied. So let's get right into it. Okay. Number 1, you never reviewed your medical records before you filed the claim, right? So you got to ask yourself, did I review my medical records? Veterans, you are your best advocate. Make sure that you're looking at your medical records, okay? Make sure that you know what you are filing for, okay? I have heard from individuals saying, well, I hurt my back. Well, I got a question for you. Did you get seen? Did you go to sick call? Do you have that in your active duty C file, in your STRs? And they go, no. So how are you going to prove that? How are you going to prove that? It's like saying that you got in an accident in 1990 and it's 2020 and you can't prove that accident happened. How are you going to establish service connection, right? You should always review your medical records before filing a claim, because the last thing you want is missing or inaccurate information, right? So make sure that you, the veteran, you're responsible ultimately at the end of the day for knowing what is in your medical records. And again, I cannot stress it enough. It is very simple. Make sure that you have the evidence to prove your point, okay? Right? Number 2, a deadline was missed, right? There are some cases deadlines put in place for a reason, right? And let's say your claim was denied. It could be because you missed a deadline for your VA disability claim. Service members, when does VA disability start? If you are in right now on active duty, National Guard, or reservist, whatever, start now. Your VA disability benefits start now, and your future starts now, because these are benefits for you and your family. So make sure that you start now so that deadlines are not missed. And one important deadline I want to tell you about too is your 1 year period after you transition out of service, the AKA presumptive period. Go get checked. If your pinky hurts, right big toe hurts, I don't care what it is, go and get checked. So while there is no hard deadline, remember, what is the biggest enemy of veterans? Time. Time is. Time gets in the way, and the longer that you let time lapse, the harder that it is to go back. And you still got to prove your point, right? You still got to make that rater believe, and you still got to give credible evidence. But the more time that you let get in between you and your VA claim, then that enemy grows bigger and bigger. Okay, so time is a huge enemy. And it's also important to remember that gathering evidence for a claim takes time, so you must allow for that. Remember, be proactive instead of reactive. Make sure that you have the evidence, though, before you just submit up your claim. I call it, don't throw mud at a wall. Don't just throw stuff up in the air and see where it's going to land. Make sure that you have in-service treatment, stress, or diagnosis. This was hurt. I have it. Make sure that it's clearly in your records, and make sure that you submit the right information. If you don't, it's just going to get denied, and then you're going to be frustrated, and you're going to waste 6, 7, 8 months, however long the VA is backed up at that time, right? The next thing is number 3, there wasn't enough sufficient evidence, right? So when submitting a claim for VA disability benefits, you want to include as sufficient and appropriate evidence as possible, right? The VA or the VSR may deny your claim if you didn't include sufficient evidence. While you must be honest in your claim, including enough evidence to support it is also essential, right? Number 4, there is no specific diagnosis. You must be diagnosed with the current medical condition to receive disability benefits. Even if you're filing a presumptive claim, right, a PACT Act claim, you aren't getting paid just because you're around burn pits. Make sure that you have sinusitis or rhinitis or one of the conditions that are on the PACT Act list, right? You don't get paid just because you're around a burn pit. You don't get paid just because you were around Agent Orange. What happened as a result of you being around Agent Orange, and is that condition on the presumptive list? Make sure that you know that, right? But make sure that you have a specific diagnosis. And remember, as I just said previously here, time is an enemy. So if you do not have an up-to-date diagnosis, go to your primary care doctor, go to the VA, make sure that everything you can get possible is in your records, okay? Make sure that there is a diagnosis, right? And then number 5, was the right form used, okay? We get it. There's a lot of forms to look at, right? Especially when reviewing the VA website, it could get real gray. Okay. But in the description of this video, I'm going to have easy forms for you to look at and links to download them. Your 526 form, it's when filing a claim, new claim, right? Or requesting an increase, supplemental claim, which is a 20-0995, and a higher level review, which is a 20-0996. And I always recommend submit a 214138 statement in support of claim. Make sure that you put, hey, my name is Johnny Sue, and I am requesting service connection for the following conditions or an increase, whatever you're doing. If it's a supplemental claim, hey, Mr. and Miss Rader, I am providing new and relevant evidence to support my claim for the following condition that was denied 6 months ago. And again, make sure you're providing new and relevant evidence. If it's a higher level review, it's a 0996 form, and it's real simple, right? You're either going to have them talk to your representative, or you're going to do an informal conference, right? And you're going to say, hey, I am addressing the issues of why my claim was denied, but make sure that it's on the right form, because if not, it's going to get kicked back, right? And then you're going to just be spinning your wheels, taking more time, and then it's going to have to go back to the front, back to the back of the line in some cases, and it just becomes frustrating. So, it's essential to use the most up-to-date VA forms, right? Which on this channel, we will always include those. And if you reach out to me or whatever, I will just guide you in that direction where to grab the most new up-to-date relevant form, because the VA will release updated forms that void older versions. Those are 5 reasons why your claim may have been denied. I know that it's frustrating, but tune into this channel. We'll be doing some Q&As, some live seminars where y'all can ask me questions, and I'll be able to answer them. I will be able to answer them and be able to get you and thinking as well too about what you have going on with your claim. And I hope that this channel just gives you insight and clarity. If you have been denied, keep fighting. Do not give up. Keep going. But thank you for your service to our country. Like, subscribe, comment, share below. Again, thank you. We appreciate you. We here at Veterans Claim Servants are veterans, providing the information and resources that you need so that you can get what you have earned and deserve. Thank you for your service. Until next time, adios.